Hello, my name is Juan Palacio, and together with my partner Matias Ballhorst, we are going to present solution to high temperature in relation to poultry production. We are both electromechanical engineering students at Universidad Tecnológica Nacional, Facultad Regional, Paraná.
In Argentina, poultry production has always been carried out in rural zones, where the birds live in large crowded sheds.
In relation to the cows, on average 25,000 animals live in these facilities. Also, the location of the sheds is in large fields which do not have trees to protect the birds in the sheds from the sun.
The effects of these two factors, rising temperature and the number of animals in the sheds, present a producer with serious challenge which may have an impact on food production, since in extreme case the chickens may even die.
Okay, what is the best solution? It is only one. We will answer this question later with the information that we will be giving you. Now, this problem is not an issue that happens only in the local sphere, but rather on the global scale as well. Food production is especially addressed in the United Nations 2013 Agenda for Sustainable Development within in the SDG 2 Zero Hunger. More specifically, through Target 2.4, which aims to ensure sustainable food production and implement resilient farming practice.
The aim of this paper is to describe three options and state which the best application is depending of the climate of area. In order to fulfill this objective, this work is organized into three parts. Thirdly, a description of this problem connected with poultry production, and the rising levels of temperature is explained. Next, the different solution and the calculation for each of these are shown. And finally, recommended system to be used is stated according to the range of temperature and humidity of the environment.
Now, the optimal condition for poultry production. The chicken are very sensitive to temperature change, and they suffer from stress when they are exposed to high temperatures. The condition starts with a temperature higher than 25 degrees Celsius and worsen as it increases. The production and growth is influenced by stress. This implies that heat stress negatively impacts the productivity and profitability of poultry production. For this reason, it is very important to work on this aspect to achieve the optimal breeding condition.
There are two important aspects that affect the condition inside the sheds: temperature and humidity. In relation to the temperature, they will present different behaviors. As shown in the first table, when animals are exposed to temperature ranging from 55 to 75 Fahrenheit, they do not need to maintain body temperature, and ideal temperature is 65 to 75 Fahrenheit.
Okay, in the 75 to 85 Fahrenheit temperature range, bird decrease feed intake and the egg size may be reduced and shell quality may be affected as temperature reach the top of this range.
The 85 to 19 Fahrenheit range is characterized by the greatest reduction in feed consumption, and the deterioration of shape quality and egg size, whereby egg production is greatly affected.
When the temperature go from 1995 Fahrenheit, there is this marked increase in the danger of heat exhaustion in layer and heavier birth, and feed consumption continue to decline.
In the 95 to 100 Fahrenheit range, heat exhaustion is likely to occur. And when the temperature is above 100 Fahrenheit, bird survival is a concern and emergency measures will need to be more stringent.
Now, in relation to the humidity, the optimal condition is 50% with an average temperature of 95 Fahrenheit, for example. Why, for example? Because there is a sum of the value of the temperature and humidity called factor. The result of this combination must be between 114 and 165 for optimal condition. If the factor is lower and or higher, the bird suffer stress.
The objective is creating a comfortable environment in the poultry house. And for this, we planned three options. The first solution works with the humidification of the sheet. The operating principle is extraction of air at one of the booths, which produces a vacuum in the boat and forces the air to pass through the cellular cells. These are located at the other end of the house, as shown in the middle figure, where the air acquires humidity, and with this reducing the temperature in the environment.
To achieve this, the water circulates through the panels. One part evaporated in the form of moisture, and the other part continued to circulate in the circuit. For this system to work correctly, it is essential that the both by water height except at the two ends.
For the calculation of this system, the data shown below must be taken into account, obtained by measuring with different instruments or taking data from tables. Thanks to the psychometric chart, the following equation can be applied, which represent the mass balance of the system. Once this equation is solved, it will guide us the result of how big the system we want to obtain must be.
Okay, now the second system is a sprinkler and extractor. This system reduces the temperature in the poultry house. It's based on individual sprinkler to apply water over bird. This system also has some fans that produce circulation for the air together with the water, causing a wind chill effect that blows a chicken into thinking the chicken house is cooler than it really is.
To carry out the calculation of this system, we must take into account two constant variables such as opening time and air change, and also, as in the previous case, different values that can be measured, such as the items shown below. Once you have this data, you can directly apply the formula shown for singing this system. As in the previous case, it is giving us information about the size of it.
Now the third one system is the extractor only. The objective of this system is to renew the air rocket in the sheet and take it outside through the fan as shown in these images.
For the calculation of this system, it is necessary to take into account the renovation of air necessary for each place. This variable is between 6 to 10 per hour. The item shown must be taken into account, and again, applying the forms shown, we can obtain the number of fans needed. Now we will present the solution to adopt according to the needs.
Okay. The first option, the little difference in temperature and a low percentage of humidity. For a little range of temperature different, it is recommended to apply a system that use only structure. This type of refrigeration system produces the thermal sensation in the sheet, but it is only true when the temperature of the environment does not widely exceeds the critical stress temperature of the beer.
Average temperature difference and intermediate humidity percentage. As for a medium range of temperature difference, it is recommended to apply a system that uses sprinklers. This type of cooling system reduces the thermal sensation of the beers inside the house. It is necessary to clarify that this system does not improve air quality, but rather gives the beers a feeling of comfort. It is not recommended for high humidity areas because this system introduces humidity and the sum of both can generate condensation in the soil, giving rise to a swampy environment, which can generate different disasters due to excess exposure to wet soil.
The third one is the large temperature difference and large percentage of humidity. The more effective system for reducing large temperature difference is the system that includes structure and cellulose cells. This allows the temperature to be lowered whenever there is low humidity in the environment before turning of the system. This is possible in the time of the high temperature because the sun that heats the environment also dries it. Being an environment with low humidity allows the incorporation of humidity to it. The biggest advantage of the system it is that create a real comfortable space for the beer.
As we know today, temperature on the planet are very high compared to a few years ago, and land beers suffer critically from this event. Therefore, special attention should be paid to this factor when producing laying hens. We also know that the stress caused by the increase in temperature plays a fundamental role in performance of the animals.
For the solution, this paper has proposed three: the structure and cellulose cells, a sprinkler and a structure, and a structure only. The performance of this system will depend on the temperature and humidity that prevalence in the region where they are installed. It is expected that poultry producers can take advantage of this information to take informed decision at the moment of deciding of the best system for the area where the sheet is located. Okay, this is thank you for your attention. And below we will present the reference used for this work.